The quirkiest anime I've ever seen. Let's see what's up.
Golden Boy is a 90s ecchi anime focusing on my boy
Golden
Kintaro.
Boy,
In the
bruh.
series, he recently just dropped out of college when he literally had all of his credits to graduate. He just decided to never go to graduation because he realized life experience is way more important to him than a diploma. So he just dipped. It's okay though, because this man has two natural talents, and that's odd jobs and his ability to get any bitch that he comes in contact with. It starts out with my boy explaining he's a 25-year-old on his way to his new part-time job, when out of nowhere this person in this yellow car starts edging him and acting like they're about to hit him from the back. So my man eventually just crashes into some trash, becoming smelly before work, which will be you forever if you don't subscribe right now. Someone comes out of the car. It's a lady, and I can't show it on YouTube, but to break it down simply, his first words are boing, boing, boing. I think you can put two and two together. But as always, if you want to see all my videos uncensored and a whole list of a bunch of other things, go check out my Patreon, the link in the description. My man's straight up in a trance from her beauty, and also her teeth. She's all like, bro, are you alright? You just crashed your bike and that shit's all and he's like, I mean, I'm good now. She egotistically gives this man a wad of cash. It's 1,000,000 yen and tells him it's for his medical bill and the bike repair fees. But he's like, nah, I can't accept this. Then like puts his arm on her. Then this bitch just slaps him. Now let's just say the boing 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 thing happens again. She says, don't touch me with your filthy peasant hands. Then he writes what had just happened in a notebook. And what's the notebook, you might ask? Well, this guy writes every single experience that he has in this notebook. After she leaves, he goes straight to the shop to go fix his bike. The bike repairman explains that the repair will be cheap because the bike wasn't damaged that badly, which makes Kintaro feel bad because he just got given so much cash from that boing 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 lady. As he's walking away, the Yakuza come up to the old repairman and demand money that he owes them. So Kintaro turns around angrily and starts walking zesty towards them. Oh what's Kintaro about to do?
Oh shit.
Nothing. He just writes in his notebook about the experience.
Wait,
It cuts to
what?
him arriving to his new part-time job. He instantly notices the smell at his new part-time job smells amazing because he's the only guy working there. One of the workers introduces him to the president of the company. That scary lady's our president? It's the same bitch that made him crash earlier.
Whoa.
She takes about 1 second and she stares into his soul and she says, toilet cleaning now. So my man starts cleaning the toilets. After like 2 seconds of cleaning the toilets, his ADHD brain makes him lose focus and think about how he studied computers hard for this job. And this bitch is just making him clean toilets. But 2 seconds later, he just starts glazing her in his head. He's thinking about how beautiful she is, how smart she is, how he would like to be her sex slave. And he thinks a revolutionary thought. Something so smart, no one else would think of what he thought of.
Bruh.
Wait, my beautiful majesty sits here and her ass was on these seats. No. I shouldn't think about that. Fuck it, I can't help myself.
Whoa.
Then he starts rubbing his face
What the
all
fuck,
over her
bruh?
toilet seat. Then accidentally presses the bidet button. And I'll just let the clip speak for itself.
Oh my god.
And boom, this bitch
Whoa.
walks in on him doing it. And you would expect her to be angry, but she looks more concerned than angry and says, are you some kind of pervert or something? And he's so scared, thinking he's about to be fired. And she's just about to fire him, but my man starts crashing out with pure passion, seeing how he loves computers and how he studied every single day just for this job, and begs her to give him a chance working on computers. And she says, go ahead. And my man thinks the time has finally come where he can show off his computer skills. Oh yeah, by the way, he was so poor that he wrote down a keyboard on a piece of paper and pretended to type on it. If that's not pure dedication, I don't know what is.
Nah, that's
Anyways, the
wild,
whole
bruh.
office all shows up to see my man cook, and he's pure of confidence. Then he turns the computer on and is like, what the is this? Then they all start laughing at him for not knowing a thing about computers. So he starts chasing the girls, begging them to teach him. And the boss yells out, you're fired, because he has no knowledge on computers. Then he's like, wait, maybe not today, but a huge sun may rise tomorrow. I'll do any chore you need, no matter how hard it is. You don't even have to pay me. Then she's like, fine, bruh, do whatever you want. He immediately starts asking them about computers to learn more about them, and realizes he loves this job because there's so many women around him. My boy's really in grind mode. He starts watching the computers just to learn more. Then something happens that happens in all of these old animes.
Please don't worry. Our company has never broken a delivery date.
社長、英語ペラペラっすね。
Bro, what do you mean she's so fluent? Why do they always do this in
I
these
don't even
animes?
know
Anyways,
why,
he starts
bro.
cleaning the windows and she asks if he's scared to be up that high. To which he replies, nah, I've already had a window cleaning job like this before. And you can just tell how she's acting towards him now that she's starting to kind of like him. And he starts saying boing boing again, and you can probably guess why. Then my boy starts cleaning the girls' locker room and starts singing and dancing, and slips and gives himself a concussion like a But in the middle of stuff falling on his head, a bag full of bras falls on his head. So he puts it on, being the weirdo he is. As he puts it on, girls start coming into the locker room. So he has to think quick. So he just goes into one of the lockers. And my man is so scared, he starts praying to God that he doesn't get caught right now. And they start undressing, so my man just spies on them and draws them like a creep. When they finally leave, Kintaro frees himself and leaves the locker. He sees everyone went home, so he decides to turn everything in the office off. And he notices one of the computers are on, so he turns it off. 2 seconds later, the president comes in and screams. And she asks, who the f just turned off this computer? And this guy thinks that she will love him for turning everything in the office off and just being overall so thoughtful. But this bitch punches him in the face and says, there was a program on the computer that I've been making for 3 months and the due date is in a week. And this man really says, do you have any notes? I write all of mine in this notebook. Then she grabs that shit and rips it to shreds. Then she says, I thought you had potential, but I guess I was wrong. And he's all like, please don't lose confidence in me, I'll do anything. Begging on his knees. If you want me to even lick your shoes, I'll do it. If you want me to even wipe your ass, I'll do it. I know you worry about money after that stunt you pulled for 1,000,000 yen. And he's like, I already spent it all. And she's like, you worthless man.
Oh. Whoa.
It cuts to the end of the week and the whole office is scrambling to try to make a new software as fast as they can. But one of the workers notices the hard drive Kintaro dropped off has the program that was just deleted. At first, the president is happy. Then she thinks Kintaro purposely unplugged the computer to mess with her. But quickly, they realize it's not the same program at all, and a completely new one that is much better than the original. So this man learned all of this just by picking up things here and there from the girls. Then she's all like, you said he's right out front, right? Let me get to the bottom of this. And she starts running outside. When she gets outside, she runs into the bike repairman from earlier. And the bike repairman and his wife tell him that Kintaro just gave them 1,000,000 yen to escape their troubles with the Yakuza. So Boing Boing just starts running, driving anywhere she can to find Kintaro. But it cuts to Kintaro and he's already riding off to a new city to look for a new job. Episode 2 starts and my boy Kintaro already found a new job at the mayor's campaign office and explains that the mayor is extremely corrupt and partakes in election fraud. I mean, they wouldn't even let this poor old man take a day off to take care of his sick kid. But luckily Kintaro overheard what he said and said he would fill in for him. Kintaro mainly did this because, see, the mayor has a kid and she's in high school. It's like every single one of these old animes, the main character is a for some reason. Like, I don't know why. But one of the Yakuza members that's working for the mayor overhears this and tells Kintaro that he has to be very careful because one time a classmate stole one of her panties and it said that they tied concrete to his ankles and threw him to the bottom of the swamp. So it cuts to my boy in the mayor's mansion, hyped to see the mayor's daughter. And the first thing he does is go wash the toilet again. Oh no, you already know this is gonna end badly. The beautiful angel sits here. Bro, chill out, she's underage. So he starts rubbing his face on the toilet seat again, just like last episode. And what happens? Bro, the mayor's daughter catches him just like the last girl. When she catches him, she doesn't even act shocked at all. She's actually being very kind for some reason and tells him to dry his face in her room. As she holds his hand and takes him to her room, he says, these hands are so soft. If only my hands were my dick. Yeah, no, this guy's a certified predator. Anyways, when they get to her room, he tells him to dry himself on her towel. And to show how messed up he really is, I'll just let the clip play.
ここが天使の部屋か。この清楚な女子高生が毎日をここで過ごす。
You should never be hearing the words high school goddess come out of the mouth of a 25-year-old. Bro, that's how you know this anime is completely He says he smells something wonderful and turns around and notices that she's undressing. Just 3 meters behind me, an angel is changing her clothes and exposing her bare skin. I want to have eyes in the back of my head. Bro, he's so down bad for this high schooler. I swear he wasn't this excited last episode from the Boing Boing girl. If you couldn't tell, that was him actually containing himself because now he's literally screaming in his mind from excitement. He thinks that the reason that she's changing clothes in front of him is because she's been sheltered her whole life in a good environment, so she doesn't understand how men look at women. But it cuts to her and she has this evil grin on her face and thinks to herself that he's just another pervert like the rest of the workers that her dad has hired in the past. Then she starts trolling him and tries to touch his face to make him nervous and notices that he has a book. But my man Kintaro is shy, so he quickly runs away and she thinks to herself that she's gonna start teasing him every single day from now on. It cuts to the mayor's daughter walking home from school and her friend says, "You've been awfully happy lately." And she's like, "Nah, I'm just chilling." But her friend knows something's up and thinks it's a new boy that she likes or something. But she's like, "Nah, I could never." Then her friend sees her staring at Kintaro across the street and immediately knows what's up. You already know, she f***ed with my boy Kintaro. She crosses the street and turns on her evil fake act again, just pretending to be sorry about making him run off the other day. And suddenly she falls and thinks to herself that she did it on purpose at the right angle so he would grab her tits. My man's freaking out as hell, but then she puts his hand on her ass and he starts freaking out even more and thinks to himself that she's not wearing any panties either. Okay, nah, what has this anime turned into at this point? Let me just play the clip.
This shit extra freaky, bro.
What do you mean you're about to come? She's like 15. Finally, this weird shit is over and she hands him what seems to be a love letter. Then she starts running off really fast, giggling. And bruh, the show even had to censor that shit because she was not wearing panties, bruh. Then it cuts to later and Kintaro and the mayor's daughter are in her room together and she starts explaining it's really embarrassing, but she wants him to teach her something. And he instantly is like, oh, sex? Of course. But in reality, it was just math and she was teasing him the whole time. He says she learned a lot and he says, damn, I could teach you every day, you know. And she agrees. The show explains that during the day he works for the mayor's campaign office and at night he tutors his daughter. It cuts to a montage of her teasing him some more and she says, you want to smash me so badly, I know they always do, but you're here so I can mess with you forever. Damn, this bitch is evil. I mean, I'm not gonna say this guy doesn't deserve it cause bruh, she's underage. Anyways, she sees my boy Kintaro's notebook and wonders what he's always writing in it and thinks that he's probably writing about her. So she pretends to be dizzy and falls on for a second just so she can steal his notebook. Then she tells him that she's feeling sick and she wants to stop the tutoring session early. When Kintaro leaves, she opens the notebook and she sees my boy Kintaro saw through her act the whole time.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Oh,
He's writing
shit,
stuff like,
bruh.
she's just a poor little girl trying to tease me. She has a father complex and she's just trying to get even with her father. So she starts crashing out, bruh. She's insanely mad that she's the one that got played and not him. It cuts to the next day and everyone is happy because the mayor just won the election. But bruh, Kintaro is not happy because my boy thinks he lost his notebook for good and starts looking everywhere for it. And when it's time to tutor the mayor's daughter, he asks if she's seen his notebook. And she says, nah bruh, I wouldn't know. And grabs a pair of scissors and then calmly starts cutting up her clothes in front of Kintaro. Then she tells him to grab the scissors. Then this bitch just starts screaming like she's getting raped. Then the mayor and his guards start running as fast as they can to her room. Then this evil bitch smirks and says, come on, make excuses like all the rest of them. Bro, so how many times did she do this? What the fuck? But
Nah,
instead,
this is
man
crazy,
goes in
bro.
for the kiss and says, I've fallen in love with your daughter. So the
What
mayor
the
starts making
fuck?
all of his men jump him. And she's just standing there wondering why he didn't make any excuses and wonders if he was trying to protect her or something. And is brought to tears, wondering how he fell in love with her. And bro, after a long ass time, she finally makes her father's men stop beating his ass and tells him that it was all her fault and she's very sorry. It cuts to him driving off to a new job and thinking to himself that he learned a lot there, but he sees something. It's the mayor's daughter in the middle of the street with his notebook and says, you forgot something, and apologizes again for him getting beaten up and says, when your wounds heal, if you still don't hate me, please come back and take my virginity. And it cuts to her father saying he
This
respects him because he
is
didn't make
crazy,
any excuses
bruh.
and that he needs men like him working for him. Cuts to his daughter and she thinks to herself that all because of Kintaro, she won't allow herself to live in her father's shadow any longer.
Listen, bro.
Then he's like, I can't hold back.
This shit crazy, yo. What the fuck? Golden Boy is such a crazy anime, yo. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.